This is Deborah Atkinson, and you're listening to the Voice for Fitness Professionals podcast, where I share programming, marketing, and promotion strategies that are easy, enjoyable, even fun, so you can create a business and a life that you love. And today's all about how to write your best fitness blogs faster. How would you like your best fitness blogs for the next 6 months done? Most fitness pros agree they don't have time to create great content. They also say they can't have just anyone create blogs for them because no one knows your customers like you do. And I would agree with that 110%. But let's be serious. A great blog post, even if you like to write and you enjoy it, could easily take 4 hours, right? I mean, between research, citations, an outline, then developing those thoughts, editing it, if you're anything like me, adding images, there's a lot. And that's all before keyword research, crafting a killer title, creating a pretty link, plus creating social media pieces to promote the blog so you'll get more eyeballs on it. Okay, you get the idea. Getting to your best fitness blogs faster is almost an impossible promise. Or is it? I'm going to tackle that in the next few minutes. By the way, there are 2 essentially cheat sheets that go with this episode. The 5-minute blog formula, and that one has already been out for a while. So if you haven't gotten it, I'm going to link to it. And then the cheat sheet that is available for this episode, and I'll unveil that you're going to want to listen and fill it out either after you've listened or while you're listening. And I know that everything is electronic today, but if you're really trying to connect with your customer, putting a pen on paper, literally writing, is the best way to do it. There's something there that connects your brain and your heart and your hand that gets you to a better point of creativity than just typing on a keyboard. So go old school and print these out. So, okay, there you have it. You're going to want to get the cheat sheet I've given you for this episode, and then you're going to want the 5-minute blog formula. So if you don't already have that, you got to grab that too. Before your best fitness blogs, here's what has to happen. There's more to it. You want your promotions calendar done so you know what you should be talking about. So even more than what I mentioned before, the research, the citations, the creating the memes, creating the title, the pretty links, you got to know what you're creating for. The whole purpose of writing a blog is not just like a chance to air your opinion. And maybe if you were famous and everybody's looking for you and hanging on every word, you can do that. But for the rest of us, you really have to tie it into your promotion. So you want your promotions calendar done so you know what you should be talking about. And that will do 2 things. One, it'll get your creative juices flowing. Really, if you've got your promotions calendar done, which is the hard part, or maybe not, seasonally, or if you've been in business for a long time, from 1 January to the next January, your promotions are somewhat relatively the same. They've got an ebb and a flow to them. So January, of course, may be the start of your weight loss programs. You may have a specific membership drive. February may be kind of a re-engagement. Maybe you've got new programs and other programs that launch on those alternate months. Maybe you're doing something for spring training, or you're doing a special kids spring break camp. You probably have certain things that have worked out really well, or that you have to eliminate because they stunk and didn't go anywhere. You probably got some of that, but a lot of people don't actually get it committed to paper for their team for at least the next 6 months out, if not a year. And I don't mean that, say right now, you might be planning January through June, and then you wait until you get to June to do July through December. You should always be 6 months ahead. So when you're in March, you should already know pretty much what's happening through September. And that just feels better. Because when you get your marketing really down, it's not a reaction to the radio station or the newspaper calling you. You instead have a promotions calendar. You know what's going on. You know how you're going to be promoting. You know what articles you're writing, what ads you're creating, what posts you're pushing. You've got it all done. Life goes a lot better. And then you can really look back and say, well, where did our traffic come from? What was getting us the most results? How much did it cost? And you can really track and measure your whole business in a much smarter way. And it'll feel better and a whole lot less stressful. But you've got to have that promotions calendar done so you know what you should be talking about. All right, that'll ensure you're seeding the desire for your programs. And I'm going to put the link, a place for you to opt in and go and get that cheat sheet to figure out what your promotions are. So if you don't have them yet, that really is the first thing that you want to be looking at. You want to know at least 3 months, if not 6, and then ideally 12. But I'll tell you how I feel about 12. I feel like that's kind of backing me into a corner because I'm creative and I like to decide maybe I'm going to try something else or rearrange the way I'm doing things. And that gives you a little latitude to do that, allow for changes if you only go 6 months out. So let's talk. When I just said seeding your desire, seeding the desire for your program, what did that feel like for you? Check in with that, because this is not a sleazy, salesy thing. When you're seeding the desire for your programs in your blog posts or articles or podcasts, or you're interviewed by someone else, it's you suggesting that you understand a client's problem so well that you have an answer to solve it. And if your thoughts instead go to something like this, oh, I see what you're doing. You're going to be asking for a sale, and you're thinking negatively about that. You really got to do some personal work about what you do, how it helps people, and the fact that if you don't tell someone that you can help and you have a program for them and here's how much it is, are you ready to start? If you can't do that, but you're telling yourself you want to make more money, but yet you don't like asking for money, you got a problem, my friend, don't you think? I wouldn't go down this track for now. We just don't have time to address that in this episode. But I would suggest to you that if there was something about those words like seeding the desire for your program that bothered you, that there are a lot of trainers out there who claim they want to be making more money, but who also will say, I don't want to sell. That is going to be a challenge. So I'm going to operate on the belief that you have already done some homework on your selling, or know that you will. And I'm going to also operate on the belief that you have done your whole program design. You have that program, promotions, launches, all finished for the upcoming year. So I'm going to imagine right now that you know for the next 6 months what programs you're going to be starting. The 4 to 8 weeks prior to that program start is your launch period. And if you don't have that done, go do that first. And if you'd like some help outlining what should I be thinking about, what programs should I be starting in each month, what program launches should I be having? Are they 4 weeks, 6 weeks, or 8 weeks? Is there better? And what should I be doing during those times? If that all feels like, okay, I just jumped into like a murky pond, schedule some time with me, and I'm going to put the link in the show notes in order to do that. All right, effective launches feature those best fitness blogs. During that launch period, you'll be using blogs specifically tied to the problem that your program solves. It's how your best students and your clients find you. They're already looking for answers. You want to have content that they love, they're grateful for just prior to opening your cart for registration. If your program's always available to purchase, inevitably, you still have times when you offer a special or you have a theme to the training. So don't get lost in the language of me saying open cart if you're program is always for sale on your website every single day. If that's a new term, we can talk about it. Don't worry about it. However, rethink having your services always available. There are a lot of good reasons why you want to limit availability, and I won't go into that now, but if you want to talk about how to do this and explore coaching on restructuring your offers so that you can make them more effective, in effect, get more people to buy them when they do open because you make them exclusive. Set up a consultation. Again, I'll put that in the show notes. I'm going to suggest that with your blog post, you be afraid of general information. Before you thoroughly embrace the way you search for information, you may think that if you talk to one customer, you'll alienate the rest. So stop for a second and think, how do you search for information? Think about it. So if you're going to Amazon, for instance, and you want a book, do you just type in books? Of course you don't. You either have a specific title or an author that you're looking for, or you've got a specific topic, right? Nobody searches for fitness anymore. You wouldn't search for, or you would search something like exercise after 50 or exercise for weight loss or time effective workouts, 10-minute workouts. Would those potentially apply to a lot of people? Yes, of all different ages, right? So you want to go a little deeper than that. What a 65-year-old woman should do in 15 to 20-minute short workout is going to be different than what a 25-year-old male would want to do or should do in his short workout. So whether a 65-year-old woman's goal is to move without arthritis pain or her goal is a better 10K time, she'll be drawn to a different post and program, right? So there's niches no matter what. So if I was looking at 65-year-old women, I shouldn't assume that she's in a rocking chair, right? She may be doing her first triathlon for all we know. So specific is very important to your success. The more information is easily available to consumers, all I have to do is type in Google, tell me the answer to this. The more you should be the one they find when they're searching for how to lose weight after their third baby or how to boost testosterone for a better libido after 50. That's what they're looking for. Those are the kind of long tail questions that people are typing in. And again, just for the best example ever, think about something you'd search for right now or the most recent question you ever asked Google. How do I think this afternoon I typed in, can my Garmin 920GX be linked to my Training Peaks account? Specific, right? And that's what your clients and customers are doing too. So think about your own personal searches and then go get this done, because no matter what time of year it is, right now as I record, it is the end of October, and you, my friend, are about 8 or 9 weeks away from the biggest opportunity of the year. But what you don't know is things will naturally fall into your lap. You will naturally get a little busier in January, but you could blow that natural number out of the hemisphere. And all you have to do is be more ready than you've ever been. Prime the people who would be ideal customers more than you ever have. And that starts now. A good launch is 4 to 8 weeks long. That's right this minute. Because sometime between Christmas and New Year's, someone who will be your potential client in 2020 is going to be saying, I need to lose a little weight. I got to get started on an exercise program. And it could be you. So if that was helpful, I would love it if you would leave me a comment or a question below the show link at fitnessmarketingmastery.com/best blogs. And there's a hyphen between that, best-blogs. And I would so appreciate it if you'd leave a rating in iTunes. And I'll leave that link here in the show notes too. Check out the blog, but also other podcast episodes at fitnessmarketingmastery.com and make a difference.